on too anytime they want to come on.
Oh man, those girls pop good like.
All right, it's a budget thing. Let's see what he's up to.
Thank you, man, and thank you for giving me the time.
Tune in right now.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. My guest at this time, the owner of Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling, Mikey Zero. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good for, Thursday night? It's friggin' like cool as hell outside. It's, it's just the weather's nice for a change.
Yeah. And you're over on East Coast, right?
Yeah, Jersey Shore. Yep.
Oh,
nice. I'm 15 minutes from the beachfronts. So
really?
Yeah.
Not a bad place to be.
No, but I'll stay away from them from the tourist season. I don't really give a shit. I got a pool. Why do I bother?
Exactly. That's how I am. Northern Michigan. We have a big tourist city, Traverse City. I bought a pool. I can stay out of that town. I'm good.
And I'm debating if I want to go support Game Changer Wrestling because I'm supposed to go, but I don't know. Traffic's gonna be. Do I really fucking want to go?
Their backyard show. Oh, see, yeah. I guess it all just depends on the traffic.
Fuck yeah, but. Trying to get a ride with my buddy, so hopefully I can go because I want to support that guy Leroy.
Nasty me. Leroy?
Yes, that guy is pretty good. He's a good character.
Yeah. I've been watching him and Janela during quarantine on the Janela Zone, and I've been losing it.
He's actually on my podcast tomorrow night.
Nasty Leroy?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll be tuning in. Tell him I said what's up.
I will. But yeah, he has a following, man. It's pretty good. He's got a,
really does.
I mean, from like first day, when he started with with Joey, just going to the AEW, just being an extra,
Yeah. It's blown up. Like he's just like you said, he's a character. Like you put him in front of that camera and he shines. So
and he works, and he's impressed because he could actually wrestle, and he wrestles actually for like the Cody Rhodes, the Wrestle Factory.
Oh, really? See, I didn't know any of that. No. Well, nice. Maybe I can bring him in the chainsaw one day. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go there. Get my ass there.
Set up, yeah.
Get Russell there, too. Come on. Shit. Vacation. I need it.
May as well. It's a beautiful place, Northern Michigan.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, he's he's booked for that backyard. And for one of my other friends, for WrestlePro, he's going to be wrestling in Alaska. Isn't that insane?
Oh, man. All the way to Alaska.
All the way to Alaska. I know. That's a
plane ride.
I would love to go, though. I wouldn't mind as a vacation. Shit.
Yeah. It's an experience. Say you went to Alaska, too.
Yeah, right. I love the cold. I was born around the cold weather in North Dakota, but,
Yeah, hey.
But Eddie, let's get into it, man. We got so much to talk about. Like I was watching did a little research on your matches and saw you wrestled. Mm-hmm. You had a couple of good matches with the man Nick fucking Gage. How's that?
Yeah, that was wild. That was like a dream match for me,
right?
Because I grew up watching the old school CZW when Smart Mark. I used to get the DVDs. This was like 2005, 2006. And I kind of got out of, watching like the East Coast independents for a while. And then when Game Changer hit and he came back, I'm like, I need to bring him in. And it just kind of worked out. Is he was on Horror Slam the night before in Detroit, and we're about 4 hours north. He rode up with TJ Meyer, who was just on your show, and made it happen. So I needed to have that match, and it was a blast. I had so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the crowd really didn't know who he was. You could tell. What I mean? You know what I mean? They really didn't.
That's what he was saying. Is he was like, it's very rare that I go into a smaller town and they don't know who I am. And he loved it. He was like, I can incite a riot here if I needed to.
Right? Yeah.
And that
was a huge arena, man. Well, that was a big place, man. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah. That's our East Jordan Civic Center. It's we started running there I think like 2 or 3 years ago, one of our venues that we're in rotation with. But yeah, it's a great venue, great location right downtown in that city. So
yeah, that looks like on a good day you could pack that place pretty.
Yeah, my goals though, there's like an upper. I don't know if you've seen the upper balcony.
Yes,
but my goal was to if we did like a bigger show there and brought in some more names and stuff like that, to like pack that balcony. But, I mean, obviously now we're not going to be able to for a while, so.
No. Smaller places for now, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Special locations.
Exactly.
As Matt Tremont has been doing, and everybody else, it's been a crazy ride, for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, and to see how people are adapting is really cool. Like to see that, thinking outside the box. And
actually, and you guys are doing a drive-in theater show, which is a pretty cool concept because I'm sure you see ICW's doing that as well, and they sold that. I was going to go, but that's another tour spot. But the bars are now open, so on the boardwalk, I was like, shit.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm gonna watch that for sure this Saturday, just to kind of see. I had this idea early on, like when quarantine first started. I'm like, all right, how am I going to run a show? Obviously, outdoors this summer, And luckily, I work with, but I'm close friends with the people in Kalkaska that do their drive-in movies. They have a drive-in movie thing every summer, and we just kind of came up with that idea and tossed it around. Then I seen ICW had the idea. I was like, all right, if they're doing it, I may as well go for it. So
do it. And you guys have a good price, and you're going to get it in. If it goes on IWTV, if not, or
that's the plan. We're going to try to put it up on there as quick as we can. Try to do like a week turnaround time. So if
tickets are going quick. Tickets already almost sold out, right? Like 10 left, about 10 or 20 left, or whatever. 15,
yeah,
5.
Right. As of tonight, we have I believe 3 left. 3 car spaces left. So I'm assuming they're going to sell out by this weekend. So
how many cars are you guys allowed to actually bring for like those kind of shows? I'm not even sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like iffy, right? It's like 50.
Yeah.
50, you don't know how, like 50 to 20, 30 cars.
Yeah. It's just kind of what we did is I went and I kind of checked out the land, and our ring's not going to be able to be elevated. So we're going to have to stagger cars. So I'm thinking like 2, maybe 3 rows of staggered cars. So, at this point, I believe there's close to 30 or 40 cars. We might do like a designated, like bring your own chair sitting area, socially distanced. But we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see what we can do and how people are, if they're feeling comfortable enough to sit in an area or the car. So.
And you'll have the sanitizing stations because everybody's doing that, which is popular,
Yeah. We're going to have hand sanitizer. We're going to have a porta potty there. That's also going to be full of sanitizer.
All the precautions. It's good because you know what, we're seeing it. It's working for the guy. It's working for Game Changer. I'm sure you saw that they just did a show outdoors, which my God, they were brave.
Yeah, and it seemed to work well, and they sanitized the ropes, wiping the ring down. Like I'm going to be doing all that too. It's just. And
Matt Tremont's done that too for the shows at H2O as well.
See, you just
everybody's keep going. Yeah, figure out the capacity of the crowd and just just go from there.
Learning experience,
It's gonna be good though. I'm excited for it though. I'll be watching it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna be. I just like I said, I like how you have to adapt. You have to do things different. This is kind of the first time we're doing something like that. So I can't wait to see the outcome, and I'm hoping everything turns out well, and we're able to do more later this summer.
And I see 2 guys on the card that are really going to be people are going to catch their eye on: Matthew Justice and Trey McGill.
Yes.
That's a really going to be a treat for fans to see people, some talent that really stand out.
Yeah, for sure. This is we've been trying to get Matt Justice up here since I want to say our February show. We were trying to get him, and we had a date in March and April that both got canceled. But he was just always so busy going to Mexico or Japan.
Or
we
Jersey,
lucked out.
Or Jersey, everywhere.
He's
everywhere. He's a badass. He's pretty good. He's shout out to Matthew if he's listening to this tonight.
For sure, yeah. I'm excited to have him up here. And the guy's wrestling, Tommy Vendetta, is kind of like they're very similar. Like he's young, he's up and coming, and he's kind of got that mentality. He's like the crazy guy, like if I die, I die type of guy.
Right.
So I just decided to put them together. Anything goes. And yesterday it got a little interesting on Twitter because Matt Justice didn't realize that the show was at an airport. And so he's like, wait a minute, we're at an airport. And Tommy Vendetta's like, hey, I'm going to jump off the movie screen. And I'm like, okay, this is maybe it's not anything goes.
Yeah. Maybe a trailer or something. Maybe,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not paying for somebody's damaged airplane.
No, God, no.
Sign a waiver there.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, I want to say Matthew's a risk taker. You know that he's
For
fucking
sure.
like I say how I say Joey Janela is like the Evil Knievel of deathmatch wrestling. You know the wrestling era. Well, now Matthew's the same as him. Like the Evil Knievel.
Yeah. Like I've seen some of the GCW shows. I believe it was at the Voltage Lounge. Is that in
Yeah.
Philly? Where he's jumping off the balcony and stuff. And he's a big guy. Like, you know, you're not just a small little cruiserweight, Matt Justice. So
No. And I've seen like guys like John Wayne Murdoch or some other guys down at Primo Wrestling, in Colorado. They've done that in that because it's like an upstairs bar, and then you jump right into the ring.
Man, not for me. I'm just over 300 pounds, and these feet have lead.
Actually, Neil Cutter. That's the guy. He would do that kind of fucking shit.
He would jump off the balcony, man. No. I took one balcony fall actually in that East Jordan Civic Center. I was up on that balcony and we did a spot where I got hit with a kendo stick and fell off, and it was into the ring through 4 tables. Yeah, and that was just like that was enough for me. Yeah,
yeah. You don't want to. Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
And done. Nope.
No more.
Yeah.
Are you still wrestling? Or are you just done? Are you done?
No. I'm still here and there.
Yeah.
During the pandemic and everything like that, I'm having to put myself more in front, as a promoter.
And plug the hell out of this because it's going to be a kick-ass event,
Yeah, for sure. Like, and I'm going to have to be the one, putting 100% of my attention into making sure everybody, they're sanitizing and they're wiping down and people are parked where they need to be. So, if I'm in a match, that's my main focus.
Yeah. No, you're going to be eyes on the show as well because you want to watch.
Exactly. So I'm thinking for the next, the next couple events or however until we get into a groove of things, I'm probably going to take some time away from the ring. And this show I'm going to be doing ring announcing, so I'm still out. But I was scheduled for in March. I was supposed to do a death match against his name's Christopher Saint. I've known him for years, and he's never had a death match or never been in anything like that. It's going to be his first, and we literally had to cancel the show the day before. So, but it's still going to happen at some point. I'm still making him do that death match.
Got to do it. Do it. We love death match. It's a as we always say, it's an art.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the way that they do it, the guys take their bodies and, God rest your soul, I mean, how many, to fucking keep on going, they get bandaged up. Like, look at fucking Alex Colon, G-Braver. You look at all the top guys that really, John Wayne Murdoch, Nick Gage, like the old helicopter. Remember that shit? Like,
oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he died. The dude died in the ring. Like,
and fucking Reed Bentley, God, my God, a fucking slice on the head with the fucking chair. Yeah, you don't know. And I that's part of the, like you said, the art. You just never know. And the way you can keep going or what your body can do is just crazy. And despite what people may say about deathmatch wrestling, I know there's some people that kind of look down upon it, but it's human nature. When you drive by a car in a car accident, you're looking at the car accident. Like you just can't look away. And I feel like that's what deathmatch wrestling is. Maybe the first couple times, and then you really get into it and realize what it is and what these guys are doing. And it's amazing to me. Cool. It's amazing. But yeah. So who your influences growing up? Like when in your career, just as or a fan of wrestling.
When I was a fan, when I was little, it was always, I grew up in the era of like Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. As I got older, like pre-teen years, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock, of course, DX, NWO. But then as I kind of developed into the indies, I found out about the indies, and I actually job shadowed a promoter. His name was Mike Galloway. For the MMWA when I was 13, my freshman teacher hooked me up with a job shadow, and that was the first I became experienced with the indies. I even found out about the indies, and on his show, the first person that really appealed to me was Spider Nate Webb. And this is 2003, and he kept on bringing in Nate Webb, and Nate Webb is kind of what led me to, he's, IWA Mid-South, what's that? He's on this VHS, and I would get that from Smart Mark, and that's where I found Nick Gage. So that early wave of kind of those indie guys doing hardcore, like Nate Webb, Nick Gage, JC Bailey, those are when I started getting into the business, kind of the
Nick-
influences.
Nick Mondo and
Sick Mondo.
Pondo and just everybody else that really paved the way, you know?
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Danny Havoc as well, you know?
Yeah, yep. All those guys starting out there, and, you know, they were just, that was my first experience as a teen, seeing what the indies were like.
Even John Moxley, you know?
Yeah, he was doing it back in the day, too.
You know, he's stepping up and trying now in AEW is a little bit, you know? He's getting a little attitude, but he's still got it, you know?
Exactly. I don't think it ever really goes away. You know, I think it's always going to be there.
But you know who does his videos, right?
Nick Mondo.
Right? Yeah, fantastic.
What's funny is Mondo, I actually, when they had those CZW DVDs that were like mass produced, they did like this Best of Nick Mondo or whatever it was. I was probably 13 or 14, and I had his address, and I sent him, you know, can you autograph these? And never heard anything back. And then I've already running my own promotion, and he's out of wrestling. Years later, he was like, hey, sorry, I hope this is still your address. I was going through a bunch of old boxes.
Oh, shit.
I found this, and he sent it to me with a letter. And so that was kind of cool. Just definitely a cool guy and a big influence back in the day.
Yeah, I remember reaching out to him one time. I was like, hey, man, can I get an autograph? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was very cool. And I mean, for somebody to do that, you know, 5 or 6 years later, like I had completely forgotten about it. And,
right.
That was awesome.
People like that we need to, you know, they just pave the way for guys that, you know, the newer generation. I mean, think about it. Like, really, we know a lot of the guys that are coming up in the business, you know, I mean, you know, like, you know, the performers and wrestlers, and it's just like, it's amazing where they're going to lead to next. Like I said, Matthew Justice is like one of those guys that's going to take it to another level, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's just kind of cool to see the progression and how it evolves and who's breaking out. And it's very exciting to be, and especially as a promoter. Like, I like to see that, like, you know, who's going to break out? Who can I bring in next? And, you know, we're here in a small town in northern Michigan. So, like, these guys, I always ask the guys, like, have you ever been to northern Michigan? And most of them, no. You know, farthest I've ever been is Detroit. So bringing these guys up to a new area, somewhere that the fans now, I mean, they can connect with them through IWTV and stuff. But, you know, I just like to bring, you know, like one of them right now is Cole Radrick. Like, we brought him up a couple times.
Cole's good kid. Yeah, really good.
Oh, he's great.
Great, man.
Just to see him now, you know, getting on this GCW and people sharing all his stuff. It's awesome to see that. And
he's coming around. I know he's come around GCW, H2O, and On Point. It's just that guy's. He's just everywhere. Yeah, you know, and he just gets. It's you know, he's a challenge wrestler. He could challenge. He's got the, you know, he's a good kid because he knows what he's doing.
Exactly. Yeah, and he can do any style. Like, you know, he's worked you know, like 6-man tags for us. He's worked kind of some comedy stuff when he was doing the 6-foot swole big match Cole. I've seen him do some death match stuff. I think he wrestled G-Raver. So. It's just cool to see how he can, you know, he's just all over the place with stuff. So, a good hand to have at a show. And I'm glad to see he's breaking out.
Yeah, I see he's coming out as his old kid gimmick.
For Backyard.
I love that. It's great to see, like, the younger guys like Ricky Page and just
coming with the Well, see, Cole's so young. I feel like the Backyard years weren't very far away. You know, they were just like, Cole, you were doing that like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's so young.
It's like Marco Stunner, you know, one of the other guys, like Deppen, you know. Like they've been doing it for years, you know. Backyard.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know about Leroy, but he's got his first.
I'm excited. I think he's going to fit right in with GCW. I think he'll be great. I don't know who they're going to put him with.
I don't know. I see Drew Cardona of Beyond. I think that might be the match there.
There you go.
He says he wants to work for Beyond. So, you know, hey.
There you go. There's your ultimate test, Leroy. Oh, that's gonna be great. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can go because I want to support him. I really would love to go
for sure. And
if not, I'll just go watch it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the beauty of 2020 is, you know, we can just watch it as it happens live. Pretty much anything.
Yeah, and yell at KG on a microphone. Well, shout out a tweet. Now that guy works. That guy's a really great commentator. Man, KG is. You know, he's been around. everywhere. Shit.
Yeah. And they had to see how much he's helping out GCW, and I know
Other
their
other
Patreon.
company. Yeah, they got some stuff they're working on.
Yeah, and I know he's doing a couple. I think it was him and Brett are doing a podcast together, and yeah, he's definitely doing a lot of help. Yep,
he's changing the game because not from the old, his days back in the day. He was real popular. Now he's getting recognition, which is awesome.
Yep.
A lot of guys are though.
That's good. You just never know.
And it's amazing when you bring out like Dave Prazak on a microphone once in a while. Like you don't realize he's there, like in a show.
Yeah.
Like,
actually, I have a funny story. Dave Prazak I've never met Prazak, but I know we have a lot of mutual friends.
You know what? I was at the Chicago GCW show, and Nate Webb, and he was running around the ring. I didn't know Dave was behind me.
Really?
Like I was running staff, putting the shit in the ring,
And Prazak was right there. So he tweeted. It was a couple months ago. He tweeted that we have I don't know if it was the stupidest or the dumbest name in pro wrestling, Mr. Chainsaw. Like, thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's one thing that makes us stand out. It's unique, like you hear it, and like what, like why
that kind of name? But it catches. It's catchy,
Yeah, and we had like the catchy name like before like all these other places were doing it. We've been doing this since 2007. And it sprung from like concerts. We used to do concerts as Mr. Chainsaw, and we just added the pro wrestling, and the name just stuck. Like there's no meaning or backstory, so we just kept it because that's what people knew it as. And I think now it kind of catches eyes. Like, why would they even call it that? Like, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a chainsaw every entrance.
Yeah. Why had people like we go to sponsors like, wait, you guys like wrestle with chainsaws? I'm like, no, that's not exactly what it is, but. I mean, that might be an idea for a death match in the future. It's only going up. We can only incorporate chainsaws now. I don't know.
I can make a call to my friend Chainsaw Tony.
Oh, you got a chainsaw? There we go.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes, from Japan.
Chainsaw Tony. We could bring Chainsaw. We could do FMW Leatherface. We could bring him in. There we go. We Chainsaw Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We got a promotion right there.
Oh, you bring in Terry Funk too with Chainsaw Charlie.
There we go. Yeah, right. We want to bring it back. Come on, Terry. One more run.
One more run, man. That guy, jeez, it's like you don't even hear about him no more.
Yeah. I don't know if I haven't heard his name or if he's doing like appearances at all or if he's doing conventions.
Just sitting on his couch,
That's what I'd be doing. I mean,
yeah. All the money he's got, probably.
All the money, all that age. I mean, he's been in the ring for years and years and years. Like, you deserve to sit on your couch and just relax.
Mm-hmm. Remember meeting him at a WrestleCon. Real nice guy. Nice guy. Yeah, him and his brother, they're Dory Funk.
See, that's cool. Yeah, that would be fun. Sometimes we like to bring in a lot of like, I want to say older people, but like, sometimes we'll bring in a star. We do a show, Battleground, every year. Mm-hmm. And we bring in like, last year we brought in Scott Steiner. The year before we brought in Kevin Nash. We brought in Scott Hall. We brought in Foley. And it's usually for an autograph appearance before the show for a meet and greet. But like, we always like try to sweet talk them into doing something on the show. And they usually do. So, we've got pretty lucky for that. And it's kind of cool to see, you can have that, connection because you have, we have a lot of our local guys, a lot of our Midwestern guys, and then, we'll bring in some fly-ins like a Nick Gage or a Schlack or, a Danhausen, Warhorse, Alley Cat, and then we have somebody like a Kevin Nash. Like, it's just a little bit of, everything. A little mix of all the style, all the years of like legends and this and that, It's like you're still around, Exactly. Yep. And I got to say, Kevin Nash was probably one of the coolest people that we've ever booked. Like he's from Michigan, so like we were up in Traverse City, and he was able. He had favorite places up in Traverse City, and his family used to visit there in the summers when he was a kid, and he was just very cool to have. And we also booked Cody Rhodes when he was doing his indie run. Like he was super cool to us, and it's just awesome to see those people that have made it and they're on TV and they have all that money be super cool to the the minor leagues, if you will.
I'll tell you what, that Cody Rhodes, he's ducking these guys that are wanting these challenges. You know, notice that, like Matt Tremont and Warhorse. You know, he's ducking them. I haven't heard. It's kind of like those guys need it because Matt's been asking for years. You know, a couple of years now.
Yeah, for the match. See, that's what I'm wondering. Like when I heard that, if they're, you know, if they kind of put their foot in their mouth, AEW saying it'll be open to anybody, and then not thinking ahead, like, oh wow, you know, this is probably going to lead to a lot of viral wrestlers, like, you know, going viral on Twitter and getting all these retweets and just harassing us for, you know. But that's the door you open.
Yeah, push it next. But we'll see who's next. You know, there's a lot of guys and we know a lot of the talents. It's like, my God, these guys are local guys that, you know, we've seen wrestle in different promotions everywhere, you know?
Exactly, yeah. It was kind of cool to see Ricky Stark. So, like, you know, maybe they are going to open that door down the line.
What do you think of the AEW style? You like it?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. Like, it's different, you know.
It's a different product. Yeah, it's a different product than what WWE bring. Yeah, instead of WWE, because it's like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do like the fact that they keep in touch with the indies. You know, they've got their Janellas, Marco Stunt, Orange Cassidy, and you know, they brought in like Jeff Cobb for that one-off, and you know, now Ricky Stark. So like I feel like they have their finger on the pulse of what's kind of cool in the underground and indies. So I do like that. You know, and their style. Like, I think what they've been doing during this pandemic, like I'm enjoying how their product and how they're presenting it. So, you know, I really can't complain. It's enjoyable.
No, it's fun. It's fun to watch. I mean, and tag teams are unbelievable who they bring in. Yeah,
and they seem to heavily focus on tag wrestling too, which is kind of cool because I feel like that's a lost art. You know,
and the young, like the first young tag team that was first in that, you know, Private Party. You know, like they're local guys from New York and Hog Wrestling and independent wrestling, you know?
Yeah, just exactly. Like, now they're on TV every week. Like, that's, you know, that's one of the coolest things I think about AEW for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, then it takes stars from, CZ Dub or wherever, old stuff, you know, they get talent, they pick it out, they pick who they want to have, you know, which is really.
Yep. You know, I like to see that. That's kind of cool to. And I mean, I don't know, I've seen like on a few shows, you know, like Janela doing some of the Game Changer, and then I think I've seen Orange Cassidy booked on a few shows, so it seems like they're kind of letting their talent, you know,
go. Yeah, they let them go, you know.
Which that's pretty cool, you know. I understand, like, okay, if they go do a show in front of 100 people or whatever and get injured, that's not the best look. But at the same time, you know, it's still keeping them connected to that independent world.
They got to. I mean, if it wasn't for the fans, where would they be, right?
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
You know, like I say, Joey Janela, you know, look, 16-year-old kid. I seen him when he was young, working at the Carney indie promotion that was shitty, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But just to now, and he's doing good, you know.
Yep, that's awesome to see, you know, just to follow their stories, see them grow, and you know, and that's one of the things too as a promoter. I like, you know, we had when we started, it was like 2007, I believe. We started booking Tyler Black, who obviously became Seth Rollins, and just to see him, you know, grow from he was our champion for a bit, and you know, working shows. I mean, we had some pretty terrible shows when we started out. And,
I remember seeing him in a long, like he came to a show at a bowling alley, you know, like a little dark bowling alley. Like you just wouldn't know these guys just coming in and out.
Yeah, and the thing with like guys like him is I mean, obviously I'm no judge on who's going to make it and who's not, but with guys like him, is he would drive. It was like 8 hours from Iowa to northern Michigan and back in snow and whatever, and he wouldn't complain. He wouldn't try to charge an arm and a leg. Like, he's not one of these guys like, well, my fee's this. Like, he was cool to bring a car. He would never complain, and he did it. And he did it for years, and you know, it paid off for him. And I see, you know, a lot of the guys like that, girls like that, definitely are the ones that succeed and make money in the business, which is good.
Yes. But I'm not, you know, see, I don't want to bring up the topic, you know, there's a lot of hate going on right now in the business, and a lot of, it's, you know, but
it's crazy.
It really is. But you know what, it is what it is. It'll fly. It'll be over, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it'll clean up wrestling, which is, like me, I am kind of isolated here in Northern Michigan, and I've always, anytime we've ever had a problem with anybody in our locker room, there's been maybe 3 or 4. They've instantly been gone. They've never been welcome back. And I get a lot of compliments that the Chainsaw locker room is one of the coolest, closest, tightest knit, welcoming to everybody type of locker rooms. So when I'm seeing all this stuff happen and all these abusers getting exposed, I'm like, that. This is now what wrestling should be. It should not be like this. These people shouldn't be around.
I mean, look at that. David Starr should never have opened his mouth. You know, like he had a great career, man. And now he's blocked, like completely shut off Twitter.
Yeah, and I mean, he was like, you know, and he was talking about he's being very activist, and you know, trying equal rights for everybody. And then all of a sudden, you turn around and see some of these videos of him. Like, how can you? You know, it just kind of blows my mind. Like,
but you think about it, the female who's, you know, who the ladies who helped really stood by Lufisto. He was the one that really, when it first started, and then from there it grew after that, you know?
Yeah. And I definitely, like, you know, as they continue to speak out, like they
talk about a tough wrestler. She is a tough little fighter.
Oh, yeah. I've seen her in a lot of death matches, and you know, and it's kind of cool that she, you know, she's tough. She's obviously very independent, strong-willed, and she's willing to speak out and help. And you know, that's awesome. And I think we need more of that because, like I said, I couldn't even imagine going into a locker room and feeling unsafe. And
also, so actually, I've seen on Facebook, Instagram, Solo Darling's been talking a lot too.
Has she? See, yeah. I think it just, you know, we kind of need to expose these people that have been doing that.
I know the fans need to check out Instagram and go live. Just click on their people's lives because the wrestlers are just telling stories and this and that. Fans need to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. And that you never know, you might stumble upon a nasty Leroy
or a Mr. Chainsaw wrestling match. You never know.
You never know. You never know it's going to be on Instagram Live.
You should try that.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, we would try. Like, we just started our Instagram this year. Like, we're trying to get with the times, but I think that would be a fun little, you know, experiment, maybe like a pre-show match or something, and see what people think. For sure.
Russell's giving you ideas. I'm not even there.
There we go. Give me that credit.
God damn it. No. But no, I like to. After this, I'm going to talk business with you, and I'll help. I want to be a part of you guys, and I'll get you on my websites, and you know.
All right, I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm all about, you know,
sponsorships and this and that. I love helping guys. I love helping.
For sure.
Build.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, that's the way, like you said, that's the way we build. That's the way, you know, the community stays tight knit and spread the word. I mean, it's 2020, like I've been saying. Like, we have IWTV. You know, if you're over on the East Coast, you have access to us now. Are you like? Yeah. Can you hear me?
I do. And other promotions as well. They're catching our eyes. There's a lot of little treasures that we don't even know about, you know?
Yeah,
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hear you.
I can hear you now. You're like lagging out a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. That's
why I don't run like 3 or 4 platforms.
Yeah.
Which is
smart move.
But yeah, we're getting a lot of views. I'm glad.
Nice.
People are sharing it, so I'm going to share it again.
I'm glad I can maybe interest a few people. That would.
Yeah, it's something to do. I know it's great. That podcast is the way to go. It really is.
For sure.
You know, if you want to, like I've been in this as a fan. Like I always tell people how I'm a fan, and you know, I was like, I could do this. I could do a podcast. It's easy.
Yeah, I'm my day job. I'm a radio host. Like I have my own morning show. So, you know, it's kind of the same deal. Like I just get on and talk, and a lot of the times I feel like sometimes I'm talking to nobody, you know, because we can't track our viewers live as they're in. So I'm like, maybe I'm just in this padded room talking to myself. But at least as long as people are listening,
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out.
It's 104.5 Bob FM.
We'll plug that later, folks. Stay tuned.
All right, there we go.
We'll plug that at the end.
It's just a little teaser.
Ooh, maybe I could get. Maybe I get a little airtime. Deathmatch Russell. For your next advertisement.
You never know. You never know,
people. See, we have connections, fans. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
But wait till later for all the plugs, because we got a lot of plugs. Be plugging a lot of shit.
Yeah. There's a lot. I have a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I'll tell you what. As a fan of wrestling, podcasting, 2 years. I started out 1 year, 2 years, 3 years in now. I love it. I mean, it gives me a chance to go to the show, get interviews. I do live interviews at the H2O or like a local promotion when there's a show in town. It's fun. It's just to get people's attention. Like I've had Killer Cross. I've had talked like everybody, you name it.
Nice. Yeah. It's a cool way to connect, and like a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And, you get to see these shows on IWTV or wherever you've seen them. But, if you're there, you can, if you're reporting or you have a little bit of a video or you get somebody's instant reaction backstage or whatever you can get, like it's just a new way, all this extra content. Like we have a camera in our pocket at all times now. And it's a cool way to connect.
And they just actually added to this website. They just added mobile, so I cannot wait to mess with that.
Yeah. See, so you could do. You could go to the backyard show and pop on and do a live podcast.
Yeah, with that man. No, I'm kidding.
There you go. Yeah.
No, he's on tomorrow night, folks. Stay tuned. I'll plug that later. But all right, man. So what else we got? That's it. I think we covered it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, right. I mean, right now the only thing I really have on my plate as far as wrestling is the drive-in show. All my focus is going into that right now. I'm hoping down the line, maybe I can run a show in August. I don't know what's going on with this virus. Nobody knows what's happening with this virus.
No, I don't even know what the shore is up to yet. I don't even check the calendar or the dates. I'm on a work floor. I've been on a work furlough for like 30 days. So but I'm enjoying my vacation. I don't care.
Oh yeah. You gotta. That's what you need to do is like enjoy the time off and time at home because it's crazy and it might seem like it's lasting long right now, but I'm just looking at it as like I'm going to take this time in the summer to relax and kind of just enjoy being at home and not traveling around and getting sick.
I know I'm not even traveling. You know what I mean? I would travel to see my sisters. That's about it. North Jersey or Pennsylvania, but that's it.
Yeah, and it's just a crazy time. So, and I mean, like I said, nobody's happening.
Well, we got those Zoom meetings, which is cool, so we can catch up with family and wish them happy birthday.
Yeah. They weren't doing this in the 1918 flu pandemic. That we didn't have what we have now. So
yeah, we didn't have AOL back in the day, or Messenger, or MySpace, or the internet.
No.
We had a pager. I think that was about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're pretty well set with the technology. So anybody I want to talk to, any friends I want to catch up with, if I can't see them, FaceTime them, call them. It's better than risking the virus.
Absolutely, Mikey. Feel free to plug everything. Let's call it a night. I'm ready to see if Leroy's on later.
All right. Oh yeah. Boy. What do we have? All right. Drive-in Wrestling, obviously. It's going to be July 11th, Kalkaska, Michigan. There are only 3 tickets left at mcpwmerch.com. Also, you can visit our merch store, shirts, hats, koozies, sweatshirts. That's mcpwmerch.com. My wife handles all of that. So it's all in-house. We're not doing any third-party, like pro wrestling tees or anything. mcpwmerch.com. Follow us on Instagram, MCPW Online, Twitter, MCPW Online, and on Facebook, Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling. We're also on IWTV. Just search or look for Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling. There's links to that on our Facebook or Twitter, everywhere. And if you use the code Chainsaw, you get 5 days free when you sign up. So check that out. And I believe that's all Chainsaw stuff. So, and listen to 104.5 Bob FM. 1045bobfm.com. You can stream, and we also have a 1045 Bob FM app. If you want to listen to me on the radio, that's 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. every single weekday. There we go.
Very cool. You said you got cozies. Well, I'm gonna have to drop one of these in your.
Oh,
mail.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll do a trade off to see what we got left.
I know. I used to have the shirts. I got to get reordered. I haven't ordered shirts in a long time. It's like, new trade. I'm trying to switch up my merch a little,
Yeah. You got to get that merch pumping. That's the That's the key that I found early on in wrestling is the more merch you have, the more successful your wrestling career is going to be because that's where you make that money.
Or if people go on to Collared Elbow and save 10% off when they make a purchase, they can, Deathmatch Russell podcast. 10% thanks to Al Snow,
There you go. Yeah. Shout out to Al. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al. Back in the day.
Oh, boy.
But, hey, Mikey, let's do something after this event. I'd like to catch up and we'll set something up.
Yeah, for sure. I'll hopefully either come back with a report that everything ran smoothly or I'll come back with no beard or hair because I ripped it all out and I went nuts because nothing went smoothly. So,
and then also send some talent my way. I would love it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We'll do. We'll get you some guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, Vince. Well, tomorrow night, that man, Nasty Leroy, will be on the Deathmatch Russell podcast at 8 p.m. And that's it. And I think I have a podcast Tuesday with El Ridiculoso. El Ridiculoso will be on my podcast on Tuesday. I'm busy now. Just keep on going. Just got to keep on going.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, take that one break and that's it,
Yep. And
all
don't
right,
forget
Mike.
to tell Nasty Leroy I said, what's up? We want that man in Chainsaw.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to mention that to him.
All right. I'll be watching.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thank you, Mike.
You too. Thank you. Later.
Yep. Fans, thank you for listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell podcast. As I said, I want to thank my guest, owner of Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling, Mikey Zero, for coming on the podcast tonight. And, fans, you got anything going on? Just go to the drive-in show that's happening. And it's going to be a great event with a lot of full lineup card. And it's going to be on IWTV, on IWTV, on Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling. Just type that in the search bar and check it out. Fans, thank you for listening. Tomorrow night, like I just said, tune in at 8 p.m. for that man, Nasty Leroy. The Nasty Nation will be appearing on the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Good night, everyone. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media. DeathmatchRussell.com. Follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32 and on Facebook. Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32.
Instagram at DavidNJ36.
Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level. A symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code Deathmatch Russell Podcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion.
Me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Russell Podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.